We have the verdicts. Okay, count one is guilty. That is a felony charge. Count one, falsifying business records. Count two, also guilty, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count three, guilty, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count four, guilty. That's another felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count five, guilty. That's another falsifying business record in the first degree felony charge. So that is 5 felony charges that Donald Trump has been found guilty by this New York jury. We still have 29 other felony counts to go, but that is 5 guilty verdicts by this jury when it comes to felony charges of falsifying business records in the first degree in service of another crime. And that crime would be covering up the Stormy Daniels hush money payment. Count 6, guilty. So that is 6 charges. Count 7, guilty. That is another charge. Count 8, guilty. That is yet another charge. 8 out of 8, he has been found guilty. Count 9, guilty. So that is 9 out of 9. Count 10, guilty. Another felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 11, guilty. Another felony charge of falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 12, guilty. Another felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 13, guilty. Another felony charge of falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 14, guilty. Count 15, guilty. That is 15 out of 15 so far. Count 16, Donald Trump found guilty, 16 out of 16 when it comes to falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 17, guilty. That is from a July 2017 payment to Michael Cohen. Count 18, guilty. That is another felony charge. Count 19, guilty. Another felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 20, guilty. Another felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 21, 20 and 21, both guilty. This is for an August 2017 payment. So is count 22, also guilty. Count 23, guilty, also guilty. Donald Trump found guilty of falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 24, guilty, another felony charge. Count 25, guilty, another felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 26, guilty, another felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 27, guilty, another felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 28, guilty, another felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 29, guilty, felony charge, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 30, guilty, felony charge, falsifying business records. Count 31, guilty, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 32, guilty, falsifying business records in the first degree. Only 2 counts left. Count 33, former President Donald Trump found guilty, falsifying business records. Count 34, guilty. Donald Trump found guilty on all 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. All 34 are felonies. Donald Trump has now been convicted of 34 different felony crimes by a jury of his peers in Manhattan. 34 felony charges for former President Donald J. Trump, convicted of 34 felony charges having to do with falsifying business records to cover up hush money payments to Stormy Daniels. An unbelievable moment in American history. The jurors are now being asked about their agreement with these charges, and they are responding yes. Trump has a frowned expression on his face as the verdict reading is completed. He is not moving. The former president of the United States, now a convicted felon, having been found guilty of 34 felony charges by a jury of his peers in Manhattan, New York. The court officer is asked if either party wants the jury polled. Trump attorney Todd Blanche says yes. This is when they go around and ask each juror if they agree with what has just been read by the foreperson. The jurors all have straight faces. They are now being polled. Karen, when they do this, do they ask each juror for each charge, for each count, or would they simplify it and say, to each of the 12 jurors, do you agree you convict him on all 34 charges?
In this particular instance, because it was a clean sweep of all 34, what the judge would do is he would say, juror number 1, you just heard that there was just a 34 count, all guilty. Is that your verdict? And they would say, yes, sir.
So the
juror number 2.
The jurors being polled right now, they all said yes or yes it is, and they are each going, as you just said, Karen, juror number 1, is this your conclusion? Yes, it is. Juror number 2, is this your conclusion? Yes, it is. And the alternate jurors, Judge Mershon said we couldn't have done this without you. He thanks all of the jurors very much for their service in this case. Trump is turning to look over the jurors as they're being polled. The former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, a convicted felon 34 times over, found guilty of falsifying business records in the first degree by a jury of his peers in Manhattan minutes ago.